This video is to help you out with your science fair project. This is the criteria B summative that needs to be completed. So let's tackle slide 2. For this slide, you are to fill out your title and link of the project from sciencebuddies.org. Figure out what your independent variable is, the one thing that you are changing, and 4 different variations. And then figure out what your dependent variable is, what you're measuring, and how you're going to measure it. So hopefully you already have it in your notebook, but if not, I'll walk you through it. So going to sciencebuddies.org, since you are in 6th grade, go through the filtering process so that you don't have to look through hundreds of projects. So go to grade level, go to 6th grade, and then go to cost, because you don't want it to be too expensive. Go to very low, and then go to materials. And let's go to readily available materials. All right, from here you have so many different kinds of projects that you can choose from. There are 4 pages of this. So choose one that you are interested in. As my example, I am going to choose the elephant toothpaste. So none of my 6th graders are doing elephant toothpaste because we haven't learned about chemical reactions yet. You learn chemical reactions in 7th grade. But just for me, to show my science fair project, I am using elephant toothpaste as an example. So I'm going to copy the title of elephant toothpaste from this page. And this page has a link to elephant toothpaste. I am going to paste it onto my Google slide. And then reading through this elephant toothpaste activity and the materials, I can choose what I am going to change. So these are the materials that involves this elephant toothpaste. It's also nice that sciencebuddies.org has this video, so I can watch that. After I watch the video, after I have read the materials and read the procedures, then I am choosing one thing I'm going to change. And I have chosen to change the amount of water. I'm going to change the amount of water. So going back to my criteria B, I'm going to write here amount of water, and I'm going to pick that into a red one so it's easier to see. And then now with the amount of water, I am choosing 4 different variations. My variation 1 is my original amount, right? So it doesn't say on my materials how much the amount is. So I will go to my procedure. So it says here that I'm reading the procedure for the amount of water, and it says here 3 tablespoons of warm water. So that's my first variation, is 3 tablespoons. Right? So I'm going to write here 3 tablespoons, 3 TBSP, and then variation 2. I'm thinking of like increasing it, but not too much. So 3 tablespoons, maybe I'll go to like 5 tablespoons. And then I will go to maybe like 8 tablespoons. And then for variation 4, I'm going to try out no water. Okay, I'm not going to have any water for my last variation. Okay, I need to be aware of the resources I have. So when I'm thinking about variation, I'm not going to go extreme, right? So I wouldn't go 3 tablespoons and then 3 cups or 5 cups or like a gallon, right? That's extreme. So I'm just going to change it just a little bit. Okay, so that's my independent variable. My dependent variable will be what I'm going to measure. And looking at the pictures and the video of my elephant toothpaste, it looks like it's going to have a foam coming out. So I want to see what happens to the amount of foam. I could choose the texture of the foam, but to make it simple for me, I'm going to use the amount of foam. So that's going to be my dependent variable, is the amount of foam. And then I have to write down how am I going to measure it. So since I've done this before already, it's easier for me to put all of my materials into a huge graduated cylinder. That way, as it foams, it stays in the graduated cylinder, as opposed to me like dishing out the foam from the pan and putting it into a graduated cylinder. So I will measure it using a 1000 milliliter graduated cylinder. All right. So that is how I would decide about my project, my IV, my independent variable, and my DV, my dependent variable.